So obviously, back to Baylor, 3-2 with losses to BYU and Oklahoma State. Not the end of the world, but Kurtis referenced the passing game. What to you guys has been the most surprising, or let's say disappointing, element of this not so torrid start for Baylor?
John, you go ahead, because I have a lot going through my head at the moment.
Yeah, I actually wrote about it for a column today. I don't think the player leadership's there. I think Dylan Doyle's a really good leader. A guy like Brice and Jackson's a good leader. But, man, you compare it to last year, and it's not even close. I mean, Terrell Bernard, Jalen Petrie, even guys on offense, Abram Smith, Treston Ebner. And I thought Gary Bohannon was just a natural leader, just an outgoing, confident guy. And I think a big reason for that, a lot of playmakers are younger guys right now. And often those guys are the leaders, are really the best leaders on the team, because they handle the ball the most, or they make the most tackles. So I think player leadership is lacking compared to last year.
It's fair. Kurtis?
I'm inclined to go with the offense. The defense to me has been as good as it was last year. I think that you look at the Oklahoma State game and you have to take it with a grain of salt, because Oklahoma State's notorious for having one of the most explosive offenses in the Big 12, even since changing offensive coordinators in the past few years. But the Baylor offense is not what everyone was expecting. This is not the same offense we saw when Shapen was starting against Texas Tech. This is not the same offense we saw when Blake Shapen started at the Big 12 championship game. And that's fine. The entire receiving room is different. Monterey Baldwin was a very, very much a role player last year. And he's not just in the 2 deep, he's the starting guy, and he's your speed demon. He's your Tyquan Thornton, but he doesn't have the experience Tyquan had coming into last year. So it's going to take some time. The injuries in the running back room have definitely hurt. And I don't think the offensive line is playing the way that I expected it to. So I'm going with the offense here has been kind of the most surprising and disappointing part about this Baylor team this year.
And building off of that, I'm going to say play calling has been a little puzzling at times to me with that offense. And I think Jeff Grimes is a good coach, but as Kurtis noted, they haven't looked the same as when Blake Shapen started those games last year. And it seemed like one of the big reasons they went with Shapen over Gary Bohannon was his passing ability, his ability to fling it down the field. And they really haven't done a lot of that. Now, maybe some of that you give credit to, the defensive effort of Oklahoma State, of BYU. I think they were a little surprised with the back end coverage in Provo, but it seems like they've been hesitant to really let Shapen loose, and I think it all goes to some of the points that Kurtis made, which O-line hasn't been quite up to snuff. You're looking for a stud receiver to emerge. Now, I think Monterey Baldwin is really good and a guy that they need to get the ball more. But I'm not sure right now he has the complementary guys where he can be the number one. And some of those guys take some of the attention off of him. So, I think all of those points that you guys made are good.